Vulnerability research. The process of discovering vulnerabilities and design flaws that will open an operating system and applications to attack or misuse. So vulnerabilities are classified based on security level, low, medium, or high, and exploit range, local or remote. Do I need to be on the system or remote to the system? So an administrator needs vulnerability research. So to gather information about security trends, threats, and attacks, then they want to go and find weaknesses and alert the network administrator before a network attack, hopefully. You want to get information that helps to prevent the security problem, and then learn how to recover from a network attack so that you have a good holistic program. You're trying to prevent stuff from the front end. In the event that something does happen, something will happen, you have a way to mitigate the threats. So vulnerability research websites, where can we find information? So I'm going to tell you right now, most of the stuff in these slides, they just updated this deck, but most of the stuff is old. So don't trust only these sites. Do your own research. So we have the Code Red Center, Microsoft Vulnerability Research, Security Magazine, Security Focus, HelpNet Security, HackerStorm, SC Magazine, Computer World, Hacker Journals, Windows Security. This is a drop in the bucket. There are 1,000 good reads out there, and you need to be checking them every day. I warned you already to become a doctor, but you said no, and now you're subject to learning every day, just like you would be, or you're going to be studying more than a doctor would be. So penetration testing. We have a couple of different things we're going to talk about here, so let's dive in. Penetration testing is a method of evaluating the security of an information system or network by simulating an attack to find out vulnerabilities that an attacker could exploit. So yes and no, that's kind of what you do in a nutshell. That's definitely one piece, is a vulnerability scan. But you scan for vulnerabilities that you may know about, looking for an easy way in. Do I have a boxed exploit that I can take off the shelf and just fire at this network, or do I need to come up with one of my own? And then you look at the security measures. Are they actively analyzed for design weaknesses, technical flaws, and vulnerabilities? So is their security posture proper? Are they properly protecting things? Can they detect what I'm doing? A penetration test will not only point out vulnerabilities, but it will also document how the weaknesses can be exploited. Okay? And then the results are delivered comprehensively in a report to executive management and technical audiences. Okay, that's fine for the test, but that's not what happens in real life. You need to go in and do all kinds of additional work. As far as simulating an attack, yes. To find out vulnerabilities, yes, that's true, that an attacker could exploit. But it's more than just a vulnerability scan. Don't mistake that for what that means, okay? It's a lot more than that. And you're trying to exercise the controls. You want to tickle those controls that they have on the back end and make sure that they're going off, okay? One of the reasons they're going to ask you to say, okay, you're going to do a pen test or a security assessment, whatever it is, whatever kind of test you're performing, they're going to say, what IP address are you coming from? One of the reasons they need to know that is it's twofold. One, if you start attacking the systems, they know that it's not a real attack, but also so that they don't blacklist your IP. They're going to whitelist you and let you attack their systems. They're going to let you keep going. Okay, so why penetration testing? So identify the threats facing an organization's information assets, reduce an organization's expenditure on IT security, and enhance return on security investment by identifying and remediating vulnerabilities or weaknesses. Providing assurance with comprehensive assessment of an organization's security, including policies, procedures, design, and implementation. So you're providing assurance that everything's working properly. You're going to tickle those controls and make sure that they are firing off. And you're going to gain and maintain certification to an industry regulation. Make sure that they're adhering to whatever controls they're trying to adhere to, right? Whatever HIPAA controls are in place, that kind of thing. They might not be subject to all of the HIPAA controls. They might only need to adhere to 5. Same for PCI. Whatever it is they're trying to adhere to, you should be checking. So one of the questions you ask, why do you want a pen test? It's one of the very first questions you ask. Well, we're trying to adhere to HIPAA, controls A through Z. Okay, you want to adhere to all the HIPAA controls. Got it. So your report should be kind of honed to show what they are or are not adhering to with respect to HIPAA. You might want to focus on that because that's the point of the test. And you need to discuss that. What do you need out of the report? And then they may say, well, we don't want to tell you that. Just give us a report that you go do your thing and let us know what you're finding. And you'll be like, okay, well, that's fine. I'll do that.